Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking a journey not across continents, but through time itself. We're going to explore the epic story of our universe before our own planet Earth even existed. So buckle up because we're about to travel back billions of years. Our story begins around 13.8 billion years ago with the Big Bang. Imagine everything, all the matter and energy in the entire universe, packed into a point smaller than a single atom. It was incredibly hot and dense. Then, in an instant, it exploded. This wasn't an explosion in space. It was the explosion of space itself. The universe began expanding rapidly, a process that continues to this very day. In these first fiery moments, the fundamental forces of nature we know, gravity, electromagnetism, and the strong and weak nuclear forces all came into being. It was the ultimate beginning, the birth of time and space. For the first few 100,000 years, the universe was a scorching, opaque soup of elementary particles like protons, neutrons, and electrons. It was too hot for anything more complex to form. Light was trapped, bouncing around in this dense fog. But as the universe continued to expand, it also cooled down. Around 380,000 years after the Big Bang, it became cool enough for protons and electrons to finally combine and form the very first atoms, mostly hydrogen and helium. Suddenly, light could travel freely through space for the first time. This first light is something we can still detect today, a faint afterglow called the cosmic microwave background. With the universe now transparent and filled with hydrogen and helium, the stage was set for the next chapter. Gravity, the silent architect of the cosmos, began to work its magic. Over millions of years, it started pulling these vast clouds of gas together. As the clouds grew denser, the pressure and temperature at their cores skyrocketed. Eventually, about 200 million years after the Big Bang, this pressure ignited nuclear fusion, and the first stars burst into light. These weren't like our sun. They were massive, incredibly bright, and lived short, dramatic lives, ending in spectacular explosions. These first stars grouped together, pulled by gravity, to form the earliest, smallest galaxies. The universe was no longer dark. It was now sparkling with the first lights of infant galaxies. Now, let's fast forward a bit. As more and more stars and gas clouds merged, larger, more structured galaxies began to take shape. Among them was our very own home galaxy, the Milky Way. Its formation began around 13.2 billion years ago, starting as a small clump of stars and dark matter. Over billions of years, it grew by merging with smaller galaxies and pulling in surrounding gas. It's a process of cosmic cannibalism that continues even now. Our Milky Way developed its beautiful spiral arms, a bustling city of stars, gas, and dust. Inside these ancient stellar nurseries, generations of stars were born, lived, and died. Within one of these spiral arms, in a relatively quiet neighborhood of the Milky Way, a new story began about 4.6 billion years ago. A vast cloud of interstellar gas and dust, likely remnants from older, exploded stars, started to collapse under its own gravity. Most of this material swirled into the center, getting hotter and denser until it ignited to form our sun. The sun wasn't alone. It was surrounded by a spinning disk of leftover gas and dust. This was the protoplanetary disk, the birthplace of our entire solar system. And it is from this very disk that our own world was born. Around 4.5 billion years ago, tiny dust grains in the disk began sticking together. Clumps grew into pebbles, pebbles into rocks, and rocks into larger bodies called planetesimals. Through countless collisions and mergers over millions of years, these planetesimals eventually formed the rocky planets, including our own Earth. In its early days, Earth was a molten ball of rock, a far cry from the blue marble we know today. But the early solar system was a chaotic place. Not long after Earth formed, a massive Mars-sized object smashed into our young planet. The catastrophic impact sent a huge amount of molten rock flying into orbit. This debris eventually coalesced under its own gravity to form our constant companion in the night sky, the Moon. This violent birth had a profound effect, stabilizing Earth's tilt and giving us the tides. And so, here we are. From a singular point of infinite density to a universe filled with galaxies, to a star igniting in the Milky Way, and finally to a rocky planet with a large moon. It took over 9 billion years of cosmic evolution just to set the stage. The rest, as they say, is history, our history, which began on this incredible planet. Thanks so much for joining me on this incredible journey through time. If you found this cosmic story as fascinating as I do, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into science and the universe. See you in the next one.